What is going on? It's your boy, Mr. Third Floor, ready to talk some Evo stuff. I'm with it.
It's me, Papalob. Yo, welcome third floor. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Dude, we were just in Vegas together, having a good old time. Um, as you once said, the boys are back in town.
Yes, indeed, we are.
Dude, just gush, bro. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Look, let me give you a quick rundown of my Evo history really quickly. So my first Evo was 2011. Went to Evo 2011, 2012. Went in 2015 with these fine gentlemen here. Also went again in 2019. And then the pandemic popped off. I say this all to say that I've been to 5 Evos and nothing compares to what this most recent Evo 23 was. It was absolutely bonkers. I'm trying to tell you, expectations were insanely high and it exceeded those expectations in every single way possible. So, I mean, the company was good. We had some good times. We had some good games, but man, just the scope of Evo is just so ridiculously large, and it really it made me feel good to be a part of the FGC.
Before we get too deep, tell us more about yourself, Mr. Third
Oh,
Floor.
so
Let us know your FGC history.
little FGC history of myself. I've been in the I say in the scene. I've been aware and around the scene for a very very long time. I'm gonna date myself really quickly. I I distinctly remember working night shift, staying up late on a government computer, downloading Dingeon Dash videos of Gutek's Third Strike with like all the boys. I was aware of the FGC. I watched like Finesse play Marvel. I watched what was the name of the arcade that was in Cali? Not it was
Arcade
Infinity. Yeah. So I was at the Arcade Infinity boys. So I was watching that way back in the day. So I was very, very aware of high level FGC and like fighting games and stuff like that. But I didn't play them at a moderately high level until, and I hate to say this, but '09. I actually lived in Korea when Street Fighter 4 hit, and I actually started taking the game seriously. And then I got to meet a bunch of people in Korea that were like really, really good at the game. I met the Cafe ID guys back when they were doing their thing. So when I went to Evo 2011, I actually kind of knew Lacid and Mad KOF and Kim Sozong and all those guys. So dating myself again, didn't really travel again for fighting games until around 2015 ish, where I met around the time where I met you guys. So and I've been a part of the scene ever since. I've never been far from it, but actually playing at a high level, I've been a little bit removed here and there. I really feel like I did well in Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5. I dabbled in Marvel when it was hot, but I fell off hard. And y'all can't see me in Puzzle Fighter. If y'all want to play me in Puzzle Fighter, that's my actual game. That's my claim to fame. Puzzle games is where it's at. Puyo Puyo Tetris, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. I was running that cabinet at Evo the entire time. Just so y'all know, a little tidbit about me.
Yeah, aren't you like top 10 in the world at Puzzle Fighter?
Give or take.
On the leaderboards?
Yeah, I mean it's PC Capcom Fighting Collection leaderboard, so nothing doesn't really matter. But I will say that me and Alex Valle, the GOAT himself, go back and forth all the time. He has absolutely no idea who I am. I saw him at Evo and I was like, hey man, I'm trying to run that Puzzle Fighter. He's like, yeah man, we'll get it. Never saw him again for the rest. I mean, not saying that I expected him to come find me, but like I never saw him again. Or I would have been like, hey, let's run to the sticks. They got a cabinet over there, let's run it. But unfortunately, yeah, the GOAT, Alex Valle, we didn't get a chance to play. But yeah, not getting too deep into Evo because we're gonna talk that a little bit.
Not to put you on the spot, but like if you were to have a high stakes money match with Cali Power, how high stakes would it go?
What's the question? I'm waiting for the question. Ooh man. All right. So real talk, I would go. I'd probably do 500. I'd probably do 500.
Wow. My man's feeling himself.
I mean, I'd probably do it. Like, and it'd be a 10. First to 10 for sure. That's not a call out. I said, that's not a call out, Alex, but if you ever see this, I swear.
I'm just gonna see your general impressions on 6, man. We surprisingly didn't play that much. You played all the old man games.
I did. I literally played Street Fighter 6 bracket, Guilty Gear bracket, and then I was literally in retro for the entirety of the rest of the tournament, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It was so sick.
Yeah, pretty much general impressions of 6.
Oh, Street Fighter 6 as a whole, Finals Day. Finals Day was bonkers. It was absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe that it was. I knew there was gonna be a lot of people, but when I tell you that arena was like absolutely like wall to wall, like for 3 out of the 4 games, and Marvel wasn't far behind. It was just people were drunk. They were asleep. They had hangovers, or they would have been there. It was insane, dude. But anyway, general feels of Street Fighter 6. I really do like the game a lot. I thought, it's funny I say I thought, because I really did think that I liked Street Fighter 5 a lot. But when I fell off of Street Fighter 5, I like didn't touch it until they announced like Oro and Akira, like those characters, and then Luke got dropped, and I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this shit no more. I'm just waiting for Street Fighter 6. And to my pleasantly surprised, the game just feels so good. It's like, I feel like the skill gap, if you are a skill level above someone else, you should beat them like pretty handily. If you're similarly skilled, like highest echelon of play, shit is wild. And if you're like similarly skilled in bronze, silver, gold, diamond, then those matches are crazy. Those are the matches that people are complaining about. But if I'm playing someone that, like, I feel like in 5, I would play people that were like far less skilled than me, and I would still kind of lose because like V-trigger and all the shit and whatever. 8 frames of lag and everything was plus. Like, I really did feel like that shit was kind of rough. Drive Rush doesn't bother me as much as it.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the DMs that you sent me before on this topic.
Maybe that's why. But I really don't. It doesn't bother me too much. I mean, I think they can tweak it in some way. I don't think they need to nerf it into the ground. Either it needs to be more reactable, more punished when your opponent does the correct option, or it costs just 1 more meter. And I don't know which one of those answers is correct, but outside of that, man, I think the game feels really good, and I'm still having a lot of fun with it.
Dude.
It just blows my mind that you don't play Ken in this game. I swear you do. So you'd be cooking with Ken. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You'd be cooking with that character, dude.
You'd just press run. You'd press all the stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I would die every time.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's a really important point. I think the fact that you can really tell who is playing that character when you watch a match. It's really interesting to see that there's more than one way to play a character.
When I tell you
multiple optimal ways.
Tokido versus what?
Kakeru.
Like, that was crazy. Like, those matches, if you looked at, well, first off, Kakeru losing to Tokido was kind of wild. It was kind of wild. But the way that Kakeru just dismantled Angry Bird, absolutely dismantled him in a tournament a week later. I don't know if he did some homework or what, or if they just play so differently. It is crazy though, because I'm pretty sure Angry Bird put him into losers. Pretty sure Angry Bird put him into losers. I'm not positive, but
yeah, Angry Bird did send him to losers 3-0.
Yeah. Like, what?
And he came back and
like, and I think Angry Bird got 1 game out of the 7 games. He got 1. Insane.
Yeah, and I think that's just a testament to how interesting this game is. Because people were like, oh, JP is really good, all these other things. But honestly, it was just, he played so much better.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to see like the better player consistently like outperform.
Absolutely.
And the game is so hard right now that I think the better player changes every day. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's crazy because like, if they would have played another, set right after, who knows what would have happened. But like, when I tell you that like Kakeru was not having that shit, he wasn't having anything that Angry Bird was throwing at him. Like raw, Dragon Lash, perfect parry. Just, he was ready for every option, and it was it was crazy because I just watched him get 3-0'd and put into losers. I didn't think he had a chance at winning. I thought that Angry Bird was going to take Evo and Gamers 8. And then we talked about this before, but which one is the more, I mean, we know which one is more prestigious. Like Evo's obviously the prestige of, he's the champ, right? But Gamers 8, man, 400K, I don't know, dude.
That's life-changing money.
I think I might want to take that one over Evo. That's just me though. Bars.
Yeah, I think the crazy thing is somebody put out some stats on the Kakaru Angry Birds set, and Kakaru had 35 perfect parries.
Yeah.
Like he was just on another level.
Yeah.
He was just so good.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's absolutely insane because it wasn't just Dragon Lash. He had Dragon Lash to a T, but he perfect parried and walked Angry Bird down on fireballs so often. And then he would get into this range where Angry Bird felt like, I want to be plus with Dragon Lash. Let me do it. Oh, whoops. He can perfect parry it every single time. It was insane. And then imagine if there wasn't the damage scaling. He would have been dead after 3 interactions.
We're playing Third Strike now, baby.
Yeah, that'd be wild. And now it's kind of like, this is the match that we needed to see to understand why the developers did what they did. They might be onto something, right?
No, for sure. I think that the damage reduction off a perfect parry may be needed. Maybe pretty good.
Definitely makes sense.
Mr. Third Floor, how did the show floor compare this year in comparison to all the other years that you've been at Evo?
Show floor was, man, I'll be honest. This is the first Evo I didn't buy something.
Yeah, same. I got a hoodie. Oh my God, I should be wearing the hoodie. My bad. I really stepped over you, but I got so hyped about the hoodie. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Not a hoodie's fire with the double strings. But it's crazy because I didn't buy anything, but there were so many things that interest me. There were so many things that I wanted to get into, like Snackbox had a booth and like the games that were available to play, Tekken 8, Project L, MK1, if you're into that. I'm personally not, but whatever. But whatever you're into, they had a lot of, it's just a really great time to be a fighting game fan right now. And they had a lot of stuff. The floor was, I took a couple of pictures where the brackets were being ran and it was wall to wall people. And then it was like split in half, and it was half of it was bracket. And on the first day 1, it was insane. The most amount of people you've ever seen. And then the other half where it was like the showroom floor, like where it was just like, booths and stands and whatever you want to buy. When they had all that stuff, it was still a ton of people. It was a ton of people, but it wasn't like as wall to wall packed. But it was cool that they had like 2 distinct areas where one was bracket and one was, like a convention really. And it was super dope that they had that dichotomy, if you will. Kind of sick to see that. And to see the people that were getting into fighting games, this is their first Evo, they had a lot to do. They had a lot to explore after their 0-2 run, You know what's crazy is that I never made it that far. I wish I would have, but there were so many things that I didn't get a chance to see because I was like, A, focused on, supporting the boys, and B, I was in the retro area. But seriously, I wanted to make my rounds, and there was so many things I didn't get to see. I only got to play Project L once, and I loved what I got to play of it. But man, like there was so many things that was available to us, and I just felt like I wasn't bored. And the fact that Sunday was, I really do wish my one wish for next Evo is that Sunday they have the convention open again. Like I don't know, and no one will be there though because the arena was packed. There would be 12 people inside the convention, so I guess it makes sense. But man, and maybe they wanted to close it down because there's nowhere to. If you're here for Evo, there's nowhere to be except for the arena, right? Because if they gave you the option to go and hang out in the cons and play Project L or whatever, a lot of people that didn't get to play Project L would spend a lot of time on the finals day playing Project L. So it makes perfect sense as to why they didn't do it. But I wanted it to be more. Dude, I had some really, really dope interactions at this year's Evo. Retro bracket, I had a lot of interactions with people that I have I feel like it didn't happen at any other Evo I went to. Like, where just strangers were like, yo, you play this, or hey, what do you think about this? And I'm like, boom, conversation, Discord, Twitter. So many of those conversations happened. Some of them were in airports, but which is whatever. But still, it happened a lot. Like this Evo, there were so many people that were willing to like meet new people, and I kind of feel like that's
I have a similar experience to you where everyone was just really talkative, really kind. Everyone was also real quick before I forget this thought. It's passed my mind twice. It's the TO in me, and I just have to like get it out. But I heard from you and Eldon and like multiple other people that this was the best bracket ran interaction that most people had, which is crazy to me because it was also record breaking numbers.
the biggest, like anything. Like,
So I just like we shout out bracket runners here and just event organizers, because you know I've done a 50 man and they were doing 7,000, and I can't to hear that from people is just I'm hats off or whatever, tips the cat or whatever.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Honestly, one of the best things for me, it ran on time. I don't
Insanity.
understand how
It was early.
7,000
It was early,
man,
especially on Sunday. It was early. Like Marvel finished
7,000 people and it runs on time. Like, well, how?
Craziness. I don't know that I'm kind of bent out of shape about the. I mean, top 8 sounds better. It's like it's legacy. There's legacy to top 8, right? Like, so I miss it, but all these new people.
Say, there's people in line. We were sitting in line to get our badges, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I'm not even entered into any tournaments. I'm just here to watch." And that was the first time. I would never recommend Evo for anybody to do that before.
I will now. Are you kidding me? The way that it was
absolutely.
run and the way that it was like just presented was so just welcoming to a spectator. Like, I mean, I can't justify going there. I mean, because I know my skill level, and I know that I feel like I could catch bodies at Evo. I could do all right, right? So I'm about to go out there, and I'm going to compete. I'm a competitor. I'm competitive by nature. Period. To go to Evo and not be able to play in bracket would be a wasted trip for me. Does that mean that it is a wasted trip for everyone? Absolutely not. Especially the way this Evo was ran and the way that this Evo, just the showroom floor, just the way that it was, the presentation, everything was just so welcoming, so well thought out, and just perfectly placed and planned. So, shout outs to everyone on the team because they did their thing.
No, 1,000%. And like with the way everything was on like start.gg, like you could just be like, hey, I really want to see Apology Man play. When's his pool? And just walk over to his pool and watch him play.
Yeah.
Like it was so nice to be able to see all of that stuff. Whereas before you'd be scrambling to try and find anybody.
I will say, and this is my one gripe, and this is a gripe that doesn't carry a whole lot of weight because what are you going to do with a 7,000 player bracket? But what was it? It was Daigo versus somebody off stream. It was a
Mena.
Daigo versus Mena RD off stream. Are you kidding me? Both of them are in losers. Are you kidding me? And it went 2-3 Mena or 3-2 Mena. Like, what? I think HBox has it on his Instagram or something like that. He like recorded it on his phone. I legit think that HBox recorded the match. So like, I need to see that because how was that not on stream? That's like Justin Wong versus Daigo of today. I mean, Daigo's still going to be Daigo, but like Mena is the new arguably Justin Wong. He's the new like king of fighting game, or I mean, Street Fighter at least. He's not doing a whole lot of anything else. That's fine, but he's like even though he didn't win, I still feel like Mena winning tournament. If Mena and Angry Bird went to a tournament like after this, I would still expect Mena to win. I just think that he's just like that good. He's still the champ in my eyes. You know what I mean? He's like the people's champ.
I mean, he's the only 2-time Capcom Cup champion. That means quite a bit.
Has
like,
Angry Bird been in
I want to say he has
Capcom
been.
Cup?
Actually.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's definitely been in Capcom
Angry
Cups.
and Big Bird, both of them?
I believe so, yes.
That's what's up.
I know for sure Angry Bird has.
Like, okay, so I don't know. I'm not too hip to how the Capcom Cup, sanctioned tournaments. Like, if there's only one in your region, and Angry Bird and Big Bird are obviously in the same region, do they just go somewhere else and try to like sneak that win in, a different like region? Like, because if they're only going to have one in their area, do they just go to, I don't know, Korea and try to beat, all those players that are in that? Or does most of them are online now, so I really don't even know how it works.
Yeah, it changes every year.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of qualifiers now, a lot of premieres. Almost every region has it. But they have what they call like World Warrior slots, where if you get enough points by going to enough tournaments and stuff, you'll get invited.
Yeah, I feel like that was someone's route, and I was like, it was like, even though, but it's crazy because like if you're entered into Capcom Cup, if you won a tournament that was a premier tournament or whatever, and then you enter other tournaments and you win those two, does the seat go to second place or third place if the top two have it already? Like, how does that work? Like, let's say Angry Bird wins every single tournament.
But
he doesn't just win Capcom Cup by default, right? Like, doesn't.
I'm gonna hijack it if you don't mind.
No, take it. You gotta keep us on.
Dude,
you gotta keep us on the path.
No, outside of my boy Eldon, no one got their floaties. No one made it out of pools. But everyone got losers finals, which is like still pretty hype. I was just gonna ask you about your pools experience, to be honest.
Pools experience was pretty good, honestly. I lost.
Don't lie, dog.
No.
Don't lie. I know what you went through.
No, hold on.
I know the Sumo gods were looking upon you.
I lost to lack of knowledge. I lost to, and this is what everyone says. Everyone says like, oh, I was way better than that guy, whatever. But like, I've never been more certain that I would, because like, all right, so hold up. Okay, you want to know my bracket experience? I'll tell you my bracket experience. Zando and Jiwa were supposed to be in my bracket. Both of them opted out so they could play their main game, Guilty Gear. That meant winner side and loser side, two slots were up for grabs, like straight up, right? Because the two killers in the pool DQ'd. So many of my bracket, so many nobodies made it out of their pool. I could have been that nobody, but I got knowledge checked hard. I got knowledge checked first really bad from a Lily, and they did the EX Condor whatever the fuck, and then tap. I try to jump, I'm getting hit, and then I don't jump and I'm getting grabbed. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't have a game plan. I didn't EXDP once. I didn't put it in his face. I let him roll me. And then the second match to actually make it out of the loser side of pools, this guy, he did the online Honda. We were playing. I feel like we were in an online match. It was like no one was sitting next to me. He was in his home doing the craziest things that anyone would ever do, and they were bopping their boy. It was so bad.
Any stat line like three headbutts in a row or just anything like that?
So like it's crazy. The crazy part is that like if I would have played the game against the Lily player, I would have had a real game to play because the Lily player was actually pretty good. Because I think that if I were to have DP'd on his, pressure string, and he'd be like, okay, he knows the DP, maybe I'm going to be a little reserved, whatever. He might use his brain. This guy, I reacted to headbutt with DP. I played jury, by the way. I reacted to headbutt with DP 3 times in one round, and I thought to myself, he's not headbutting for the rest of the round. He did it 5 more times, and every single one of them hit me. Every single one of them hit me, and I was like, all right, like I showed him that I have the reactions to beat this. Stop being an idiot. And he looked at me and said no, and I had to hold that. He hit me with the Rosa Parks. He said no.
Damn. He said Unga Bunga Rock
he
Man.
said,
I'm gonna go
no,
rock
sir.
8 more times.
It was bad.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
Rock, paper, rock.
Yeah, man. Good old rock. Nothing beats rock. Straight up Bart Simpson, dude. It was bad. And I mean, but like, who's the actual bad player? Because I let it beat me, Like I can have the reactions of a 8-month-old cheetah. It doesn't matter because reactions didn't win me the match.
You know how in the military they give, the older you get different standards. There should be like frames shaved off every decade.
Bruh. I need it. It's funny too, because like, I still be in my Discord talking to the Street Fighter heads or whatever.
Shout your boy
like,
Jeff, my bad.
Yeah, the homie goes to Jeff. We got Jeff, we got Delta, we got Vic, and we got Doopy Tunes. All these dudes are like literally always running that shit, and we run sets all the time. But they will check me. They will test my reactions every now and again. Like and they test my reactions with Drive Impact, and I pass the test every single time. And they're like, he always knows. I'm like, look, man, I might be 38 years old, but I'm not 39. So you better stop with that shit because it's not hitting me. It ain't hitting me.
I mean, people like Daigo and Sako are proving that you have to be like sub 60 at this point to have good reactions. Like,
I know you won't say about yourself. So when I was hanging around you with your pool, it was fun and exciting to see people who have seen your videos come up to you and be like, "Hey, that's the lob," and it is the lob, and it was, and it was just really cool to see.
It's so fire. I love seeing it, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Papalobster shill, dude. Like, I will I straight up support the fam. You know what I mean? Like that's how it's always been for me. Because I mean, I've experienced it. My Evo 2019, when I went to Evo 2019, it was Smash Ultimate's first Evo, and that was when I was heavy into Smash. I made it out of pools and Smash and everything. Like I was playing Smash, like for real. And one of my viewers, I was streaming heavily at the time, and one of my viewers was there, and I got to take pictures with him and stuff. I was like, bro, this is insane. For Papalobster, I'm not trying to downplay it because I mean YouTube is YouTube and Twitch is Twitch or whatever, but I have a very small community on Twitch, and your YouTube community, there's a lot of people that your videos are reaching a lot of eyes, and for you to see people is still insane, but for me to have I think 800 followers at the time, and on average 10 to 15, people in my stream, to have one of those people come up to me and be like, Mr. Third Floor, this is crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm the one who's geeked right now.
Yeah, it's interesting though.
It's
I've noticed I haven't really. I would suspect that there's a different connection because they were a lot more cordial, and I think that maybe it's just the YouTube, they're just watching his videos. But I've noticed the every time I've been in your stream, your people are way much more.
It's like a fam. It's like a family because they know me. I mean, so little bit of backstory with me and Jeff. Me and Jeff, and I know I've told you both this, I'm sure, but me and one of my mods in my stream, we've known each other for over 17 years because we met in Halo 2, and we've been, Facebook existed, and then we found each other on Facebook, and then I started streaming, and then it became my mod, and then we went to Evo 2019. The first time I've met this individual in person was Evo 2019. And when I tell you that it felt like I've known him forever, it was exactly like it was online, except we were in person. It didn't feel weird. We didn't have this weird handshake moment. Am I gonna shake your hand? Are you gonna pound me? Or are we gonna give a hug? It was none of that. It was literally brother, we're here. Let's get it. And that's exactly that's what video games do.
I'm here for that one, brother. Always. Dude.
In our Street Fighter podcast. But yeah, man, video games are incredible in that way because I mean, Halo 2 did online console first. It did it well first, period. Just the lobby system and the clans and all that. Even the proximity chat, they did so many things well in that
yeah
game, so.
I've had to stop for a while, but it's crazy what this is an antiquated thought, what a quarter in an arcade machine will take you, and technically me putting a quarter in Huff's Xbox 360 for Marvel versus Capcom, a decade later, wild. And just for the sake of documentation's sake, Papalop, I don't know how much you want to talk about your pools, but he lariated super whiffs the super. They didn't punish. They tried to punish. Larry did with the super. Yes, we're talking Marvel.
We're talking Marvel, right?
And then Larry did one more time. And I'm sure he expected it at the end of it or something. But
yeah, so I did lariat with super because that sets up for my next lariat, right?
Because obviously, because yes,
yeah, because that's what you do, right? Like you don't want to, like you got to set up for the next lariat. So you set up for the next lariat, you hit lariat, you whiff the next super, so it sets up the lariat again. And this time you hit him because you're just gonna kill him this time because the other two wouldn't have killed him.
But did you hear how he said you hit him with conviction? He like knows that it's gonna hit. He knew that it was gonna hit.
It definitely wasn't me not playing Hagar for 3 months and then trying to figure out the timing again. But that's besides the point.
All calculated.
So what you do, right, is then on his incoming when he's coming in, you lariat again and he blocks, and he's thinking there's a super coming, and there is, except this time it's level 3. And then you land level 3 super in a match, in bracket.
I wish I could have seen that.
All I'm saying is my life goal was complete. I've only wanted to do that in bracket forever. And I got to do it at EVO, the biggest Marvel bracket of all time. I can't have a better EVO than that.
Yo.
Did I immediately lose to Pitavaya, who destroyed me? Yeah. But it doesn't matter. I landed level 3 with fucking Hagar.
Yeah, so like, I of course, I thought I was going to be playing Guilty Gear still. I was wrong. But I get to EVO. I signed up for a Guilty Gear. And I actually made it to losers, to the final of my losers pool. And that was pretty insane because, but I will say that there was like people that I beat.
Who was you playing? Hey, speak on that character. Who are you playing?
Yeah, I play Faust, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Wonder Boy, you know, I play the Baghead, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We out here. I saw a couple of really sick Faust cosplays.
Saw a lot of sick cosplays.
For me to make it to that far into the pool, I won my first match, and well, these two didn't wait for me to go eat. They were eating, and I was like, man, I want to eat too. I had to, the competitor in me had to say, no, you're going to play this bracket, because I literally was about to win my first match, say I didn't go 0-2, and then tell the TO to DQ me and go eat, because like, I felt pretty accomplished. And I was like, you know what? Let me see how far I can get. And I got pretty far. So, and then by the time they were done eating, you know, it was like 3 hours later, and like, I didn't see them for the whole, like, it was like 3 hours later, they were already done with their Marvel pools. It was wild. So, you know, I was over there for a little bit.
Yeah. Silver Slow and I were cracking up, man, because we went to go eat, and we had to go wait. Like, it was like a wait because it's, I mean, 1 billion people don't eat EVO, and there's only a few restaurants. Yeah. And so we wait. And then we get called up. We go. We like order some appetizers. We're like, yeah. There's gonna be a third guy coming. So they pour your water, and then we finish our appetizers, finish our main course. Like try to hit you up, and like there's nothing. I'm like, damn, is he still a bracket?
I was just as surprised as y'all were, for real.
I was like, holy. We're like, yeah, he's gonna go 0-2, and then we're gonna eat. It's gonna be great.
Straight up.
And then we like show up later. And you're like, yeah, I made losers finals. We're like, what the?
That's wild. On the way home. First off, I had a terrible time getting home. Worst part about EVO is getting to EVO and going home from EVO, period. Has nothing to do with the convention or the tournament. It's just, for some reason, my flights were delayed on the way in and were delayed on the way out. I don't know what's going on with, you know, I don't know. The flight system was terrible, because I'm trying to tell you that like multiple flights got delayed and or, you know, canceled or whatever. So anyway, I was in the airport for a very long time on my way home, and I met this guy, Soul player. Man, and when I tell you this guy was a degenerate, he was a degenerate Soul player, right? He told me that he's like, oh, he had a what's the Stream Deck? He had a Stream Deck, and we were playing Guilty Gear on a Stream Deck, and we did a 1-10, and I beat him in the 1-10. It was 10-8. I was like, you know, whatever. You probably just don't know the matchup. He's like, oh man, it's crazy. You probably should have made it out of pools. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I made it out of my pool. I was like, I just fucking beat a Soul player in a 1-10, and who made it out of pools, and I didn't make it out of pools. I'm like, give me your fucking Chipotle card right now. That's like straight up. I was like, yo, bro.
Yo, 1-5 Chipotle
bro,
card.
Run that Chipotle card, my guy. I was so, but nah, he was a real cool dude. We exchanged, again, we exchanged contact information, and once I ever play Guilty Gear again, we're gonna play Guilty. I really just hope he comes to play Street Fighter. I try to convince him on getting Street Fighter. So hopefully he gets into that. But like, yeah, he said he's gonna take a little break. I told him I was not doing anything really. Just hit me up whenever I want to play. So another person that I met like for the Evo, like just for the love of fighting games, you know.
You know who was
Super
playing Strive for those months that you weren't?
Who's that?
And now double champ Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh my god, dude! Don't get me started.
Laughing.
All right, I'm gonna be real. I love it, dude. Like, I don't really. I mean, Kate, I'll tell you straight up. I'm not like the biggest fan of Melee, right? It's just let a 2001 like people playing Melee in the level of Melee tournaments that they play them in today is like people playing Marvel 2. I love me some Marvel 2. But like, I like it when Yipes just gets like 30 of the best Marvel 2 players in an apartment. Everybody's wearing tall tees and they just go at it. That's what I like. You know what I mean? I'm not like trying to run brackets of Marvel 2. You know, like it's crazy. Like you get Duck Dude, you get damn Iron Alon, you get all these crazy like, you know, Marvel 2 players to play that. And I'm fine with that. I will watch a Marvel 2 like show match or like an exhibition or a round robin or something like that. But like for them to be like out here running whole ass Melee brackets, bro, come on, dude. Let the game die, my dude.
Oh, the Melee brackets are gigantic.
I'm trying to tell you, that's the part of it. I'm like, I just can't get. I respect the play. I respect talent. Period. They could be out there playing, you know, what was that game? Footsies. They could be out there playing footsies or dive kick or whatever. And if you're good at that, I can respect it. But man, y'all have been playing that game. Y'all have been playing that game for so long, man. Y'all been playing that game with the same characters, and then like a Yoshi gets his little foot in the door, and y'all like, hey man, the game's changing. We got another 20 years. I'm like, what are y'all talking about, man? Upsa's been that good. It's just impossible to win. It's impossible to win against
They
Spock.
kind of spitting though.
Oh
They
my
can't do
God.
be changing like that.
I hate you, bro. I hate you,
They
bro.
kind of spitting though.
I hate you.
That's all I'm saying.
Like, so anyway, I say all that to say that I'm not the biggest fan of Melee, but I love the fact that Leffen is out here. He is a god at Melee, and he is now a god in Guilty Gear. You can't take it away from him. His name is immediately put in the best to ever do it because the differences in game, like what is Leffen? Because Leffen's also great at Dragon Ball Fighters, right? What is Leffen gonna do in Project L? Yeah. That's what I want to know. Because it's Melee.
I'm terrified.
It's Melee inputs, but like it's the left-right mix-up and the sandwiches of cross tag battle. I'm trying to tell you, Leffen is gonna be scary in that game, bro.
Were you in line with me when redacted high level player right after the Leffen win? You were?
Was I?
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yes. Yeah.
And then when he won,
Yep.
I was like, I saw him in line, and so I was like, you know, are you like? I just asked them how they felt about it, and they were like, nah, it's Twitter fingers. Like, they didn't say fuck Leffen. They were just like,
they put a tweet out that was cordial and like,
yeah,
big ups to Leffen. But like at the end of the day,
well, I remember what he said. I remember,
you know what I mean?
Like,
without,
I can't forget what the last 5 years have been.
Oh, facts. Yeah. That's exactly like, and that's real.
No, bro, the double champ does whatever the fuck he wants.
Nah. No, I mean to redacted
fair
high level players' eyes. That's what Leffen needs to do.
Yeah. So I looked at the stats. Since top 24 of that bracket, he lost one game. Since top 96, he lost 3 games total. That man's pretty goddamn good.
I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from him because anyone can pick the character, but man, Happy Chaos is some shit, bro. Happy Chaos is some shit. Happy Chaos won Evo last year. Happy Chaos won Evo this year. What are we talking about?
But I think the craziest thing is Happy Chaos won Evo last year with Umisho, and Umisho did not play Happy Chaos this year.
Yeah, because Umisho was like,
did not believe in it.
Umisho thought that, honestly, I think I don't know. I don't know how much they've played each other, but I would imagine that Umisho probably did the mirror with Leffen and lost and was like, yeah, I'd rather just get better with a character that if I have to play Leffen, I don't have to play this shit mirror. Because if Leffen's beating you in 80% of the mirrors, you don't want to get there and have to deal with that. So may as well play Soul. Hey, hold up. I didn't hear no boos. Did y'all hear boos? I didn't hear no boos.
In what regard?
I didn't hear any boos.
Like when
the only boo I heard
Leffen,
was when May jumped off her dolphin.
Yeah, that was a boo. I heard two boos. I heard two waves of boos when May jumped off her dolphin and when they skipped the part of Street Fighter 6. Those are the only times I heard boos. But I swear, like, people were saying that maybe it was because we were on the left side. So if you were looking straight at the screen, like if you're looking straight at the screen, we were off to the left and then there was a whole nother area off to the right. We were like really close to the screen, and our area, when Leffen won, we must have been just lit because we all got hype.
Yeah, I bet one of the big things is that there's a very small subsection of us that play Melee and like Leffen and want him to win, and also FGC heads, versus people wanting USA Nubenheimer to win.
I mean,
and I think that's the big difference for me.
So here's the thing. I think it was for me personally. I think it was equal. I wanted Nubenheimer to win. Online Warrior, pretty new to the FGC, very new to the offline tournament scene, and Leffen just he doesn't play 2D fighting games. He's not a 2D fighting gamer. So like, I think that they were both interesting enough for me to want either of them to win equally.
Honestly, yeah.
Because I'm trying to tell you, it's my profession to not lose my voice when I yell. But boy, was my voice hurting on my way home. I'm trying to tell you, like I was like just mumbling things under my breath, and my throat was kind of like, because I was yelling like a schoolgirl. It was wild. But yeah, man, the final thing was amazing.
Yeah, and honestly, Street Fighter may have been one of the hypest
ever
sets. Like, I mean, I love Marvel to death. Yeah. And Marvel was, and we can come back to Marvel, just because I have a lot to talk about with Marvel. But Marvel was very, very good. But this year's Street Fighter, this is year one.
I'm so happy.
We're seeing like, year one, and it's insane.
There was so much that could go wrong. There was so much that could be like, ooh, boring matches. Even though, well, because what? Meta reset the bracket, and then he lost 3-1. 3-1's not like super like nail biter, but the games were super close. It wasn't like he rolled him. And it was that exact way the entire top 6. It was like, I think in the entirety of top 6, when it comes to Street Fighter, everything was like a show. Everything was like a show match. And it was so good.
Everything was a show match.
Any of them could have been top 8, or anything could have been grand finals. Any of those matches.
Oh, for sure. And one of the craziest things to me, right, is they all showcase a very, very different style of play for SF6. You had Haitani, who used fucking modern Chun. Modern player.
I will be honest. Super happy he lost. Super happy that like Punk and people say what you want to say about Punk and his tweets, but Punk says something about like, hey man, it's real funny that these modern players really think that I don't got these reactions. And like, yo, I thought that shit was a godlike tweet. That was so hard.
Have like a pristine Punk impression.
Hey man,
I know that was very impressive. I thought Punk was in the room with us.
You know, if you don't got a Punk impression, are you even FGC? Like for real? Everyone need to step their fucking Punk impression up, bro.
Yeah, no, I think it was just impressive because, like you said, Punk showed that he knew the weaknesses of modern, and he was able to abuse those where other players couldn't.
Yeah, I think of all of the matches that were one-sided, I think of all the matches, the only one that was close to one-sided was that match, because Punk kind of dismantled him, man. And they were in losers, right?
No, that was winners.
So it was winners, and then Haitani went to
he
losers.
dropped down to losers to play some Meta, and Meta kind of had a little bit of a hard time. I don't want to say like it was impossibly hard, but he definitely had struggled a little bit more than Punk did
for sure. Because Punk was on his ass. Punk was on High Tiny's ass.
Punk made Cammy look S tier, and I don't know if she's S tier. Like,
Nah, bro. Okay, wait. What was the? Oh man, I know we're talking about Evo, but man, there was this moment in Gamers 8 where Punk dashed in, dashed back, and then swung, dashed in, dashed back again, and then shimmied Big Bird. He bit. He tried to tech the throw. No one was there. Punched him. Did a super. I was like, oh my god, you have to watch the clip. He literally like is dancing on Big Bird, and Big Bird has like,
damn,
he has patience and he has nerves of steel. But when I'm telling you, when he dashed, he did a forward dash. He didn't shimmy like walk forward, walk back. He dashed forward, was point blank, dashed back. He tried to grab, punched his shit, and did a super. I was like, oh my god.
Jesus.
It was the shimmy of the century. So please, 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 if you're a fan of Street Fighter 6, especially Cammy Play, go watch that. Please. You're gonna do yourself a favor. You're gonna love it. It was really good. I think that might have been the shimmy of the entire tournament.
Papalobster, you were talking about I can only think of his name as Blanca all of a sudden.
Blanca. Mena RD.
To that thought, I felt like the level 2 wasn't. I still feel like obviously the level 2s there's like a lot there to be found, but I felt like it was shut down this Evo. I don't feel like I remember one specific match in top 6. I was going to say top 8 and top 6 where a whole level 2 got depleted without it ever being used or even getting like a ball off or anything.
Nah, fam, you're missing. There was some crazy level. There was some crazy level 2 stuff like on display in top 6 for sure. Some stuff that I've never seen. Like, I swear he did Rainbow Ball 3 times in a combo.
No, I think one of the big things with it is realistically, it's very, very hard to land a gigantic combo. And honestly, you kind of don't want to land a gigantic combo with level 2. You want to be able to use it to get your mixes. You want to be able to use it to kind of abuse that extra lightning that you have and be able to get your little Blanca chain out.
Yeah, because Blanca balls,
and then use the lightning on
Blanca
that.
balls are they're electrified in level 2.
Mm-hmm.
So they...
And it counts as like an EX lightning where the little Blanca Chan jumps around and does crazy stuff.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, so it's like kind of nasty. If you get a really good knockdown, and then you can set up Blanca Chan and then use your level 2 to do a block string into that, and then do nasty stuff off of that.
Yeah. I think Mena struggled a little more here than he did because I mean the first time I saw his Blanca was what? CEO? And I think that like him doing jump back Blanca ball was messing everybody up. Like, I mean, I think the only person that really had to deal with it was Nephew, but like Nephew was not ready. He was not prepared to deal with that. And I think that people dealt with it a little bit better at Evo. So good on them for being like, yo, this is something that we can't get knowledge checked on this one because we'll end up like third floor, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of people saw the CEO match and were like, hey, yo, I got to study this Blanca real quick.
Yeah.
And then they got really, really good at it. And it forced Mena to, and honestly, extreme props to Mena for this. Having to swap characters in top 6 is insane. And on top of that, winning sets with your quote unquote alternate character, even more insane. The game's only been out for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Like people have barely had enough time to get one character down, and he's already got 2 at a top 6 level.
Yeah, it's crazy too because I really do think that it doesn't matter what Mena shows us with Blanca. Luke is a better character, right? He was able to just do really good work with Luke, like to just switch it and then immediately just kind of be where he wanted to be in the matchup because Blanca wasn't working, and he's like, let me go to Luke, and then Luke was kind of the answer until it wasn't. I don't know if he should have switched back to Blanca, but at the end of it, it was Luke versus Ken. And I think that was the right choice. I think he should have started with Luke. I don't think that Angry Bird's the type of player that Blanca random and rush down and pressure and making them uncomfortable is really gonna work. Like when you hear Angry Bird speak, he says things like, "What's gonna happen if I lose? I just lose and we'll play again." Like he doesn't care. Like, and then it's like I'm on the other side of the TV. Like, what do you mean? What happens if you lose? You lose. You get $100,000 instead of $400,000. What are you talking about? But he's like, it doesn't matter, you know. So it's like he is such a he said it himself. He said, I think I'm playing so well because I play without fear, because I don't care if I lose or not. And I'm like, oh my God, is he human?
That's kind of fire.
I'm like, man, that Blanca style isn't going to work against him because he's not going to get flustered about like, oh man, I don't know what's going on. I might lose my tournament run might end here. He doesn't care about none of that.
Were you ever, real quick, were you able to ever get your apology off to him?
Unfortunately, no. All right. So for anyone that's inquiring about what he's talking about right now, I was, for lack of a better word, a Mena RD hater. I just, not necessarily that I hated Mena RD. I didn't hate him as a person, but I was, any chance I got to root for the underdog because he's the champ, 2-time champ. He's that guy. Anytime I got a chance to root for the underdog, I would take it every single time. But after watching this documentary of, him at CEO, and I was like, man, dude, like listen to what he says. Listen to what he says to the players that he played. Like he talked to someone and they were like, hey, what could I do better? And then Mena was like, oh, I checked you by jumping in. You didn't anti-air. So I was able to just keep jumping in on you. You were too afraid of trying to anti-air. You were doing it late. You got hit one time late and you didn't try it again. I was like, bro, there's so many top players that would just be like, get good and walk away. You know what I mean? But like Mena took the time to talk to a lesser, statured player and give him some tips on how to get better, how to get to that level that he and all the other players are at. And I was like, man, I owe Mena already an apology, man. I owe him an apology because like I was hating on him and I wanted him to lose just for no other reason than I want the underdog to win. I want the top dog to lose. There was no reason other than that. And I was like, man, I love this dude's character so much that like I want to let him know. I wasn't gonna actually go up to him and be like, hey, I know you don't know me. I'm sorry. I was literally gonna go up to him and be like, hey man, I just want to say that like your play and the way that you carry yourself and the way that you're trying to bring everyone up together, like I love your philosophy in the way that you're doing this. Like I love it and I appreciate it and I want you to do great things. Continue to do great things. And then hopefully got a little dap and kept it moving. You know what I mean? I'm not like the take pictures with people type of person. I don't do that. Like if it's like a cosplay or something like that, like yeah, that's cool. But like, oh, you're like a fake celebrity in this thing that I like. You know what I mean? I don't geek to that stuff. But like, there's a couple of people that I'm like that for. Like Moons. I don't know why. He seems like the type of person that I want to chill with, and I would definitely take a picture with Moons if I got a chance. But like, there's not a whole lot of FGC celebrities that I would like go out of my way to like, stop and try to take a picture with them, And when I tell you that like sometimes meeting your heroes in the FGC ain't it, because you walk up to someone and you're like, oh man, you look so like, you just look so godly on the screen, but in person you're kind of average, I'm Still the Daddy was kind of a unit. I'm not gonna lie, that dude, he was kind of a unit, dude. I was like, yo, this dude is like, he's out here, bruv. I was like, hold up. We almost ran into each other, and like, there's not many people at Evo that I feel like I would run into each other and I would get pushed back. I'm not sure how it would have gone with I'm Still the Daddy. He might have pushed me back. I'm like, oh man, that guy's kind of big. So props to I'm Still the Daddy if you're out there. All
right, brothers. I have one last question for you to send us home. What was your favorite Evo moment? Was it the record-breaking numbers that we put in? Was it the probably highest attendance I'd imagine we'd ever seen?
Nah, man.
Was it the Chipotle cards? Was it Marvel?
The Chipotle cards free. Chipotle free.
It's Marvel being back, baby. I mean, I don't know about back. I don't know if it's whatever, but that's one last send off or whatever. However this pans out, it's Marvel to the grave.
The last big tournament for Marvel was like what years? Like
many years ago.
And this was the biggest one ever. But this is as proper of a send off as it could have gotten, and I am happy for the Marvel fans. I'm not saying that like I don't play the game anymore, but I absolutely still
for that to happen just on Evo Day, to be ordained by the city,
That's fire. Yeah, it's fire. Honestly, like speaking of Evo Day, that's like just that whole like
Yeah, you got choked up.
validation, man. That I'm trying to tell you that was like it meant a lot to me, man. Like I've never I'm a I'm a very very passionate uh fan of fighting games, whether it's the players or the games or just the tech that is being found out, like the going into the training room and practicing beating your head against the wall until you get that 38 hit combo that you've been trying to do with Jury and her feng shui engine. Bro, like I love every aspect of fighting games. I really do. And to see that validation, and we've been doing this. This is my fifth Evo. I've done it 5 times. And it didn't seem like anyone cared. Like it didn't seem like anyone outside of FGC was cared. And to see everyone care was just like so. It was like that was and I mean, I can only imagine how the Cannon brothers felt like their team has been doing this and growing. Like in my opinion, I cannot imagine Evo getting bigger than it was this year. But it's gotten bigger every single year up until this point. Why would it stop? There's going to be MK1ers next year. There's going to be Tekken 8ers next year. There's going to be maybe Project Lers. It's going to get exponentially larger. And that's crazy to me because like this little tight knit grassroots community, I couldn't even watch the stuff live because it was, when I had my very meager starting in the FGC, I was literally downloading these files, and then I'd watch them after the fact. I would let them buffer. I wasn't even downloading them. I would let them buffer until it was like 20 minutes buffered, and I'd watch 20 minutes of the match, and I'd let it buffer again. It was so small, and it was so like grassroots. I know I feel like that term is used a lot, but like it was exactly what it was. And to see it come from that to where it is now, Key to the City, Evo Day, largest esports anything ever, like absolute validation, and I'm here for it. I'm trying to tell you, said I got choked up. I was literally like, I was damn near a blubbering mess, man. It was like so, it felt so good. It felt so good to be a part of it, and it felt so good to be a part of it for so long, and to see so many people saw Evo the way that I've seen Evo for the last 20 years, you know? And that felt really good. Best part of Evo, probably one of the best moments of my life for real. I don't have kids yet, so.
Yeah, I think for me, it was Marvel, man. I think seeing the revival with Tong and Co. from like 2020 on, and then it building to what it is, to building to the biggest Marvel tournament of all time. The amount of people that were like, hey, I've never watched or played Marvel before, but I really enjoy watching Marvel since watching your videos. That was insane to me. So the fact that there's people that are just now getting into it in 2023 is huge. And like you said, if this is the end, if this is the beginning, if this is whatever else, honestly, it doesn't matter, because this to me was at the very least a good capstone that showcased the community one last time and showed how hard everyone worked and how hard everybody wanted it. And much like you, I got choked up at the end of Marvel, knowing it could be the last one of all time. And that's okay. And I think being okay with that is such a unique feeling, where I think after 2017 was the last, maybe 2018 was the last Marvel at Evo, and thinking it would never come back, thinking this is the end, like that could be it forever, and getting one last ride and it being the biggest tournament of all time.
You love to see it. It's like good vibes all around, man. This is like it was a very good vibe Evo. Like I've like just so many people, like I could go up to anyone and say like, hey man, did you see that? And they'd be like, yo, I seen it. That's crazy, you know? And it's just like so many like random interactions with like people that you have no idea what their background was. I don't know. I could gush about this forever. Like on the way to Evo, played video game or played sets in the damn airport on the way to Evo and on the way home. And it's just crazy because like I was wearing a shirt that like was fighting game centric, and they knew where I was going. You know what I mean? They were like, "Oh man, you're from Texas. You need to come to the local." And I'm like, "Man, I guess I need to make it out to the local because like I want to support the scene like in any way that I can."
Yeah, and it's crazy because I think every scene got a lot of just cool storylines and stuff. Like Marvel had an Iron Fist in top 6. Like what the hell? Like that's literally. If you asked me that 5 years ago, I'd tell you that's impossible.
Yeah, for sure.
Play different characters.
I remember Justin Wong was doing it for a little bit, and he didn't like to very little like fanfare, but like to make it top 6 is kind of insane. And then like, was he from he's from Europe or something?
Yeah, he's from the UK.
Bro.
He got flown out because he won a qualifier.
It's crazy.
And then, I mean, Tekken had Arslan Ash win his 4th Evo. Insane.
Yeah, consecutive. Like
That's a stat line, by the way.
Evo Japan. Yeah.
And then you have a Melee player winning Guilty Gear. Like that's pretty dope.
These are some storylines, dude. These storylines are kind of wild, man. Like, man, it's crazy. You know what's crazy? Is it like, this is like, I explain, I have a friend, I have a coworker who's like, he's really into like pro wrestling. And I'm like, fighting games is pro wrestling, but it's not scripted. You know what I mean? Like, it's like as hype as that, but like, the storylines are real. Like everything that they do is because they've met in matches, and he's got the best of them five out of 10 times, and who's gonna get the tiebreaker? You know what I mean? It's like, it's so crazy. It's like, how like once we're at that level where, I don't know, I didn't watch Evo from home, so I don't know what the stream looked like, but like I want it to be like, I want to have stats of like how many times these individuals have met each other in bracket and who's got the better of each other. I want that stuff to pop up on screen. That's when it's regular sports. You know what I mean? It's not even just esports. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's going to be esports still, obviously, because of what it is, but like, it's going to be on that regular sport level to have stats and like information and analytics and stuff like that. That's the like level that I want FGC to get to someday.
My brothers, it's the end. It's 90 minutes. It's been a pleasure, guys.
It's been a pleasure.
Always. We need to do this again, man. Dude. This is good stuff.
No, for sure.
So like, we gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
This is GG's.
We might see you on the next Evo episode. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Whenever we get some Street Fighter news or whatever, as long as it's not Melee or Marvel, I'll come up here and I'll do my thing. We might have
more guests for that one too, because we let some people out for this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nah, thanks for having me, dude. It was super fun.
Yeah, appreciate you
coming
on.
Vegas.
Anytime.
Peace.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bye.
Peace.
Yo.